Hey, welcome to Game Layer,
I play board games.
where we explore the science of play and the quest of learning. I am your host, David Kolmer. Theme music by Caleb Willits. Welcome down to Game Layer.
I play piano.
I play chess.
I play everything.
I play games of my own invention.
I'd like to move to the domain of play.
All right, and good morning for me and good evening, I think, for my guest today, Michelle Zhang or Jiang. What is more accurate, Michelle?
Actually, in Chinese, that could be Zhang. In English, Zhang is great. So you're right.
So both are close, huh?
Yes.
And then your first name is Linmin. Am I saying that right as well?
Yeah, Linmin, yes.
Linmin. Yeah, that's really interesting because I had some students when I was teaching abroad that were from China, and they all had like an English name. Is that really common in China, or I'm noticing a trend there?
For me, it was like 20-something years ago when China first entered WTO. We decided to pick an English name for Western people's convenience to call us, but legally we use our Chinese name.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. What is WTO? I don't know what that is.
World Trade. You got me.
World Trade Organization, maybe?
Organization, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, WTO.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I forgot
and
that.
Then I knew the answer.
Dang.
That's funny. I didn't know. I made it up. I think that's what it is.
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, cool. So I met you because we're both going through the certification, right? We're going through Sententia's gamification certification.
Yeah,
right?
level 2, I remember.
Yeah, we were in level 2 together. That was a really good little class, right? It's a nice small class.
Yeah, small class, but warm. And for me, it's quite a lot during the midnight for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you would always be coming on and just like, I just had a full day and it's midnight. I would always feel kind of bad with the time thing.
But
right?
I very looked into that. It's quite something I expected. Actually, I love games a lot.
So you were still excited about it, even though it happened in the middle of the night.
Even stay all night. It's fine. It's like,
Good.
I need this. I need this energy.
You were really excited, but yeah, every once in a while you looked kind of tired. But I think that's the same with everyone, right? It just depends on the day.
Yeah.
So I like to start this off. I don't know if you got a chance to look at the Bartle taxonomy. Were you able to look at that? Was there a survey that I sent you? Or
yeah. The result was
I think
Explorer.
You sent them to me. Explorer.
Yes. Yeah, not killer.
Okay, not killer. Yeah. You know what's funny is, so you're an explorer and I'm an explorer. And I've started to notice that everyone that I invite to the show is an explorer.
Oh, really? No killer yet?
No.
Let me try my best to find a killer for you.
I think Jonathan Peters was like my second interview, and he's like the only killer that I've had on the show.
Oh, really? Oh, good to know.
Right.
You know, how I know I'm not a killer? You play SimCity? Yes?
Yeah, I've played that.
Then in SimCity, they have different groups that they attack other cities. At the very beginning, I had no idea about that. Yes,
Me
we
either.
can.
I've never played enough to know that part.
Then one of my mentors was like top 100 something. He told me that's function. Then I found I should try. Then one early I tried to literally destroy a whole city in the morning. Then during daytime, I went out with my friend to track. After I went home, when I opened, oh my gosh, my city was destroyed. I was so angry. I was like, why this happened to me? Then my husband said, you did this first. Who you can blame on? I found, that's so terrible. Then I spent a lot of time to rebuild the city.
Yeah.
At that moment, I realized I'm not a killer.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me.
That's what I was going to ask. So this shows that you're definitely an explorer.
Yes.
Or the way an explorer attacks another city is they just die.
Yeah. And I don't like that at all.
That's rough. So were you supposed to sit there, do you think, and like keep doing actions to make the attack successful? Like maybe it's because you walked away. Is that why? I wonder.
Think so, but actually I didn't have this joy after destroying others' city. It's like just a tried function. Yeah, that's all. But I didn't realize the consequences come so hard for me.
You said you're from China, and I was curious what area of China you're from, because I don't really know China that well, being from the United States.
So you know the map of China like a cock? Like what I learned from our textbook is a cock. Then we are on almost close to the belly and the tail part. It's west south part. That's I'm originally from Sichuan province. Then I grew up there. I spent like 17 years with my parents. Then when I went to my college, I went to the middle of China in the chest or something. Then I got my medical degree there. Can you believe that? I was anesthesiologist, and I worked at a hospital.
You were sharing earlier that you also have a Western name, and I've had some students from China, and it seems common.
Yeah, it's especially when we do have this international relationship, either in profession or in family relationships. We do have a Western name, and my name is actually should be French. I think French name Michelle. It's not.
Oh, Michelle is French.
Yeah, it's French.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Awesome.
fun that I've used this name Michelle for like 25 years. Oh my gosh. Then still I don't know. I don't really understand why it's confusing for Chinese people to pronounce it that. Still someone call me Michael. When people call me Michael, I said, stop, my name is Michelle, it's not Michael.
That's actually very much a boy's name.
Yeah. And that's in French, Michelle, the female and the male name is just very close to each other, but in English it's totally different. That's why it confused me. It's like, no,
that's
not
very
Michael.
Different.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, Michelle. We'll stick with Michelle. I'll try to say Linmin. Yeah, okay, good. Michelle's probably easier for me than Linmin, but
that's why I picked that.
Nice name. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very nice name. My father actually had his very beautiful expectation for me to name me in that. Lim means smart, I guess. Means beautiful. So far, I haven't failed him yet. I don't know what will happen in future. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where you go from here, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy
Maybe
that you feel confident. Yeah. Well, you're very intelligent. I know that you're lovely to speak with, and we were at the same level 2 certification, right? We were in the same small cohort, a nice little group of people, right?
Yeah, it was fun, right? Even it was midnight for me. I was so excited, actually.
Yeah, and it showed. It was it's incredible. For us, it was like 8 p.m. or sometimes 8 a.m. And then for you, it was always just like the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You held it together really well. I don't think I would have done as well as you did. Good job.
Let's try something like that for you.
You held it together beautifully, I'll say. Right?
Thank you. Thank you.
So we had done a dry run of this, and we had talked a little bit about the Bartle player taxonomy, right? The quadrants. And I think Bartle has even come back and said, please don't use this simple quadrant to create game-enhanced learning. But it's also still kind of fun to talk about where we fall. So where did you fall on that quadrant?
Explorer.
Okay. So you were the explorer.
I was a little bit kind of surprised to see the result. I did expect a achiever, but I wasn't.
Okay.
But definitely I'm not a killer.
Yeah. Okay. So the shoe fits and it makes sense. Yeah. So you that's interesting. You say that you feel like you're more of the achiever. Why do you think that is?
I forgot the survey we did with the Senxue. Like we have different we have different categories for that.
The motivations.
The motivations, I was competitor. And when I talked to Jonathan, I said, no, I'm not competitor. My intention is always make peace. Jonathan says, be careful that you may compete with yourself. For me, it was like, oh my gosh, that's so great. So I always compete with myself and make, improve myself, something like that. So I was like, maybe I'm achiever, but the result wasn't.
That's really interesting. And it's fun to kind of see how we play games compared to how we're motivated. Right?
Yeah.
And earlier we were discussing how you're an explorer and you brought up SimCity. So what did you have to share about SimCity, right?
Yeah,
the way you play SimCity?
Yeah, actually, I get that from one of my mentors who is a process facilitator. Then I asked him, like, how should I design a proper process for my groups? Then he said, try SimCity. I tried for several months. Then he was one of the top 100. Then he told me there was a war in SimCity. I didn't know that. Then I found like it's very interesting for me to try something new. I tried war in the morning on one Sunday, something like that. Then I destroyed someone else's city. Then I went out to track with my friend. In the evening when I come back home, oh my gosh, my city was destroyed, like completely. I was so painful to see the ashes, literally ashes on the land. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not a killer. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's interesting that you tried it and then it just didn't work out.
No, I just wanted this. Yeah, I just like the function, try everything on the screen.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. And it's interesting because so far, I think basically everyone I've had on the show is either a socializer or an explorer, with the exception for Jonathan Peters. He's the one killer. But I think that says something about self-hugging. We talk about self-hugging when we're creating these game designs.
Yeah.
And we'd like to create things for, something we
Different
would like or for
Yeah.
us. Yeah. It's hard to create for different people. So it's interesting that, and maybe just a lot of us are explorers or socializers. But to me, it's kind of interesting that, well, maybe there've been some other killers around and I just haven't invited them on the show.
I will try.
Or they're not interested.
I will try my network to find some killers for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. Send some killers my way. That would, it'll be fun to fight with them.
Okay.
So I have a background in training facilitation, and you said that you're a facilitator, and I just assumed that you're also a training facilitator. And then you said, no, I'm a process facilitator. And I made a point to not look that up. I have no idea what that is. And I'm really curious to learn more about what that is from you.
Long story short.
You can start there.
Yeah, it's like a process facilitation and content. We call training facilitator as content facilitator. Then we have different approach to support our groups. For the content part, like you have your expertise, you have knowledges to share with the group. So you design your workshops or whatever the conversations that is aiming for letting the group learn something technical or skills, something like that. But process facilitation, we say content free. We don't feed the group with any contents. We use their experiences to have this conversation. For example, we have our gaming experiences, so we can start our conversation based on that. But we don't use something either you or me don't know about, like Chinese stories. I won't use that as a conversation starter. It will be super hard for you. Then you will immediately feel distanced from this kind of topic. I'm clear? Or did I make it even more complex?
No, that makes a lot of sense. And so I think my follow-up question is, there's absolutely no training materials or there's no learning content. You're simply, like you said, you're in the moment and you're using the information around you. And you said you have to be flexible, right? So it makes me think of improvisation a little bit.
Yeah. we
Yeah.
kind of like that. You know, I have a
Okay.
very wide interest to learn different things, like drama, like theater, like storytelling. So all
Okay.
those kind of things for me, I finally realized I chose them because I like the approaches. Like they use what already happened there. People don't need to learn something new. So that's
Okay.
really fit into the concept of adult learning.
Yeah, it does. And I like it because adults like to apply their previous experience, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, that's andragogy at its core is teaching adults. They have previous experience, unlike children. Children have no experience, right? So
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
kind of have content for them. I guess my other question is you said something you wouldn't use a Chinese story or a Chinese proverb. Is that because you're working with me in this scenario or because what about with other Chinese people who would know that story or proverb? Would you use it then?
Yeah, of course. Of course,
Okay.
that is for me, we called it a tangible starting point. It's like for Chinese group, like do you remember I talked about the Monkey King thing? So
Yes.
that is the common story I assume every Chinese knows because I recently find out in middle school grade 2, that means K8 or something like that. They have to finish the whole book. Then they have exam. They need to write some thesis on that. So I assume that everybody learned that story already. Then even I just threw out any, stories or any background, people will immediately found, oh, I know that. So they can participate the conversation.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's a book that everyone had to read. I think we have to read something like Catcher in the Rye, or there's a book here that all of us read. Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, Lord of the
Pirate?
Flies.
Yeah, the pirates.
Pirates?
And yeah, for me, I think that's for our level 1 and the level 2 certification. I was stuck in the beginning. For me, like everybody sit in that room was so excited about the story. For me, it was like, why pirates here? It's like I'm not.
Yeah, so I can follow up on that. Yeah, the certification process we're going through with Sententia, the whole narrative is all about pirates. And I remember specifically when Michelle was like, well, we don't really know much about pirates. It's not a common narrative, right?
No.
So that's a perfect example that where you were
Yes.
like, wait, why pirates? And we're
All
all
the
just like, yeah,
vampire.
pirates.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
For me, it was like, yeah, I'm really a foreigner there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really a foreigner there.
Right.
For me, it was like, yeah, I'm really a foreigner there.
Right. No, and that's a big part of it. And I think it's very interesting that you're adding this layer of process facilitation. And you're making me want to go out and research that. And maybe because I'm interested in games and theater and improv, and it sounds good. I think I want to know a little bit more about, I guess, the role that you have or the types of topics that you train on, right? Like maybe just walk me through a specific or general sort of lesson you would have in your role as a process facilitator. Like what's a general class?
Actually, I won't call it class. It's a kind of, we call ourselves, our job is to support our client for their meeting facilitation. We know a bit of the background, but we are not the expertise. Like people talk about the strategy. Yes, we know about strategy and how the process looks like, but we don't know what our clients' strategies are. Then we are invited in there. We do our interview, like a random interview some key stakeholders, what the strategy means to them, what their pain points are, what they want from the conversation, etc. Then we design the process. We went to the client, conduct the process. Then their team member needed to talk to each other because I really don't know about their business. Then they will come up with some ideas, some strategies, some action plans that suit their situation. Then if they have consensus on what comes up, that's fine. For them, it's if they agree with what is happening there, then they will take actions afterwards.
Okay.
I don't need to do anything like that. So it's really depends on the client. That's my job to interview, design the process, conduct the workshop, prepare the reports, debrief the reports. That's all. It sounds like a very lazy job. I don't need to do anything, but it's quite a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine it is. So it sounds like your students really aren't students. It's more like your client is a business, right?
Yeah.
You're
we
helping
call
a
them
business
participants.
create a process. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. So when you created your level 3 experiment or your level 3 prototype, it seems like you were working with one of your clients. Is that accurate?
Yes, it was the group of new leaders. The organization were going through the change management. So a lot of emotions, there are a lot of pushbacks. My clients reached out to me for a book club. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
She wanted to hold this book club and make all the new leaders talk about positive attitude towards the changes and the resilience. So, and she picked the book called Active Hope. When I got that book, for me was like, what? How can you get a bunch of people read that quote-unquote boring book? It's hard for me to really have those online. It's 7 sessions. It's all about different, the psychologically make sense thing to a book club people have conversation about. Then I talked to her like, can we make it fun? Can we make it creative so people can really get engaged online? Then she said, yes, give me your proposal. Then I designed with a Chinese story that everybody knows. Then it's easier for participants to use that narrative about a great leader in Chinese history, find out why he is such a good leader. I'm glad that's worked.
So your background is in project management.
Yeah, project and product management. Actually, I was trained in that way for years. So my previous mindset was like, we have a timeline, very rigorous one, and by when need to do what, action plans, qualities, etc. Then when I become facilitator, that was very challenging because I cannot control anything. Things and the people part, I totally cannot. I need to let it go of the controlling mindset, let it be, and be flexible with that. Can you believe that took me around 5 years to learn that? From strong controlling.
Well, there you went from opposite ends of the spectrum, right? From being a project manager and controlling everything, and then being a facilitator, just letting go. So in our break, you asked me what's one thing I learned, and that was it. Trying to let go of more of the things that happen in my house. Because my kids are going to be who they are, right?
Are they small? Are there kids monkeys as well?
Oh, my daughter is. Yeah, my youngest is definitely a monkey. And then my son is more like a wolf. He's kind of a loner. He reads a lot. He can be kind of mean, but he's gentle. He's a gentle puppy.
That's a fun house.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then my wife, I don't even want to get into that. She's much more of a dragon. I think for me, I cheated. Like before I became a facilitator, I went to Thailand, and then, I don't know if you've been to Thailand, but
twice.
They just like sabay. They're just easy. Just let it happen.
They look very nice and soft. It's not.
Relax. It's very, very nice, very soft. They don't try and control things. The whole thing is beautiful. Just let it go. Big, easy. Yeah. So I think that was perfect for trying to be a facilitator, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. Doesn't matter. You're late. Okay.
No, we're not okay for that.
Okay. Yeah, no.
But it's fine. When they talk about failure, I think that's a huge part of the facilitation. If people fail,
That's good.
A normal world, that's
Mhm.
like you're gonna beat it, you're gonna punish, right? That is
Right.
the normal sense. For
You
the
lost money.
yeah, but for facilitation part is like we ask a question, like what did you learn? If you do it again, what do you
Mm.
do differently? All kind of things. So just make sure that won't happen again. Actually, the same
Yeah.
end, but different approaches.
Well, don't make the same mistake twice, right? You failed
Yeah,
in the safe environment. Let's talk about it. And then now
yeah.
you'll have processed that. So in the real world, you'll be prepared.
Yeah, so that's the reason I love games. In the games is they save a place that people can try different things.
Yes.
Even failed, what matters? Nothing. It's nothing about life and death, right? It's just about the conversation and the learning.
Yeah. So we were talking about being a process facilitator.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to just hear more specifically how games have helped you in that process, right? Or what are your favorite learning games that you have ready to go?
Yeah, it was a improv game that we called Chasing the Chair. Did you try anything like that before? It's
Chasing
like
the chair.
Okay, it's like we randomly put the chair in a space. The number of the chair is one more than the participant. No,
Okay.
less than one participant. That means everybody need to grab a chair, then one quote unquote loser. That is the way to play with that. But I changed the rule. There's no loser. In process
how?
facilitation, we don't want people to lose anything, including in culturally, we losing face matters a lot for Chinese people, so we don't do that. So what's the trick I was using is help the group to understand the rules that they can change. So I will just move slowly in the space, then people can grab the chair close to me, make sure I was the only one moving in this room. And they can understand that my intention is not to get them loose. My intention is they can collaborate with each other. They can learn about mechanics there, how they can collaborate and communicate with each other. So they will become the winner as a group. I don't mind to be the only loser in this space. So afterwards, they can talk about different topics like collaboration, like leadership, like communication, any kind of topics related to that experience. So from process facilitation, like we mentioned about, the group need has their experiences before, so they can have conversation based on that. So by using the game, I create the share, sorry for the language, the shared experience that they have, so they can have their conversation because they just experienced that. They were excited, then they can talk about what they can learn from this experience. Make sense?
Yeah, you were going to say common experience, and I think that fits as well.
Oh,
It's
really?
that shared experience. Yeah, they're both great words, I think.
Okay,
So
great.
you shouldn't second guess yourself. You were on the right track. I have a
Great.
question about that. We have a similar game we call musical chairs, and I didn't hear you say that you play music at all. Is music part of this game or not?
I
Chase the
personally
chair.
won't, because music sometimes for me is distractive.
Yeah.
For that particular activity, they should focus on the time and the space, the experiences. So the music, if I want to distract them, of course I can allow the disco kind of music to really distract them. Then they forgot what they're doing there. For me, it's about intention. If my intention is to help them to learn from the experience, music is not a thing.
And that's fair. I was just curious how the game works, because what we do is you play music, and when the music stops, everyone finds a chair, and there's one extra person and one less chair, right?
Yeah.
So how do you know when to chase the chair, or how do you know when it's time to sit down?
Actually, as the facilitator, I never sit down, and my purpose is not to sit down. My purpose is to make them move to grab the chair close to me. So make sure I move around. I have to. because my
Yes.
purpose is to grab a chair. So that is how the dynamic works in the space. Then they gonna learn from that activity and adapt to understand what others are doing. And for that particular game, I stopped time to time to pause here, please. Let's have conversation. What did you notice Michelle is doing there? Actually, from one time or two, they will figure out my intention is not to really make them lose. My intention is really have this conversation based on that, so they can be agile to adapt to a new strategy. Then they will find out the mechanics is very simple there. The first people move to the chair close to me, so people can push me to that chair. That's their action. But sometimes they know, but when that pressure comes, it just everybody stand up. Everybody want to help the group, but they cannot sit down on the same chair. They need to move. So that is how this whole game help them to observe and do this communication, not just by language. They need to trust themselves as a whole people. So language sometimes is weak.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah, even when we're speaking the same language, right? It oftentimes fails. We have two maybe native Chinese speakers speaking together or two English. Yeah, it's not the strongest thing because we use the wrong word or we misunderstand the meaning of the word, right?
Even the same word we interpret in different ways. Or even the same word we interpret in different ways.
Exactly.
So in the adult learning styles, we say there's multiple intelligence. That's people, sometimes they use language, sometimes logic, sometimes body movements. There are 8 of them, I think. But I forgot their names. Do not ask that.
I'll put that in the notes. Yeah.
Okay, please.
We'll list that. I need you to list them right now. No, I guess I'm still kind of curious on how the participants know when it's time to sit down in a chair. Do you say that? Do you say, okay, now everybody sit down?
Yeah, actually.
Or how does that work?
Yeah, everybody sit down on there, but I was the only one stand up and move in around. So they needed to sit down the chairs close to me. That makes sense. So everybody sit down. Yes.
Okay.
See, language didn't work.
Well, no, it's fine. I think I'm still just trying to visualize the game in the sense that when we play the game, or when I've played the game in the past, there's always one less chair. So it seems like that is the game mechanic, that somebody's going to lose, but that's kind of a sad game mechanic. So I think I like your version of the game. I'm also curious what is the game mechanic then? Or what is the game? How does it play out? I know we've already talked about this a lot, but I'm really curious about, let's dig into that. What makes it fun for people, do you think? Or what makes it a game?
Actually, I'm glad you raised this. For me, I think the lose and the win mechanics works inside of people's brain because that is wired to our brain. We know that somebody gonna lose, right? But in that new rules, nobody gonna lose. People just don't believe that. They need to be the people, the winners, but they don't know. So everybody is help. And I told them that their goal is just to let me lose. I am the only loser in the room. It's safe for them. So that I think that is kind of a metaphor. The new map in the old territory makes sense.
Okay.
The new rules, yes.
Yeah.
But they just don't believe that. And I'm playing with that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said the word play. I feel like to me, you're moving towards easy play. You're making a fun, easy, safe environment where they're learning. So the emphasis is on learning and play and not on a game.
Like, I wouldn't even call that a game. Would you?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, you still call it a game. Okay.
And also, when you talk about this, I think easy is the key of facilitation.
Yes.
The word root facilitate means make it easy. For me,
Interesting.
interpret that make easy for whom, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
that's easy for the facilitators. Of course, the win-lose game, that makes sense because everybody knows. But if I want to make it easy for the participant, it's hard for me. So that is, you can see that's this whole game inside the group, how we really support them. For me, it's make a lot of sense. Facilitation should be easy for the participant, but never for, it's hard. It's hard to consider different perspective, how that can be easier for them than it can be for them to have this reflections.
Okay. You're making me think a little bit of the 4 types of play that we talked about in our certification, right? And I'm pulling it up right now because I don't remember who made it. I think it's Nicole Lazaro. Nicole Lazaro put together this research, and she talked about the serious fun, the easy fun, the hard fun, and the people fun. So the people fun, the social bonding, maybe is a better way to say that, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so it feels like you're just doing some easy fun there, and I really like it. That speaks to me a lot too. And I just love the level of learning that you're finding in something that I would perceive as kind of just easy, playful fun.
Yeah, I think that when we talk about learning, another jump into my mind is learning what,
Yes.
If we were talking about the skills or the knowledges, we have AI now. It's very, very easy for everybody just ask, throw a prompt to the AI, then they will work out a lot of things. But for another learning part is, for me, I support the group to learn who they are. It's very philosophy thing, like who are they, where they want to be.
You're back to that book. You're back to that really deep book that you didn't like. Yeah, but it's good. It's good.
To be as a group, sometimes I work with different clients, and I found organizations or the teams have their personalities. They act as a whole, but sometimes I, as an outsider, need to put a mirror in front of them. See, you look like this. Do you know that? Sometimes it's very tricky and challenging for them to realize, oh my God, that is totally different from my self-image. That's who people see me like that. So this gap make them reflect what else they can do for them to really make them like what they think. It's kind of circling back. It's very, that's the value for process facilitation.
It's like that feedback loop, right? You're giving them a feedback loop.
Yeah.
So they can see themselves in that mirror. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
And also, when you ask this question, I think the gamification helped me to realize, for the process of facilitation, sometimes it was hard for me to really think about what's the loop I need for them to get that. Then after I learned gamification, I cut the big goal into small pieces. So the loop can be more kind of real time. So people can see that loop coming back. That's a kind of hooked by the process. So they can get into the process, then get hooked by the process and learn from the group, from the experiences.
It's really good. And how did that work out in the prototype that I saw? I think it was called the Monkey King, right? Talking back to that.
Yeah. I'm glad
did you use that?
Not yet, actually.
Not yet. Oh, you're still working on that. Okay.
Still working on that. Yeah, too early. Actually, my prototype was about the Monkey King, about the 4 characters in this game.
Okay.
And it's complicated. I found, oh my gosh, I cannot do that for my level 3. I have to pause it and finish the client program first. But I will continue the journey. I'm so into that. And from the question list you gave me, the one question I really want to answer, even you don't ask about
Great.
the
Which one?
animal one.
We're not there yet. But
no,
yeah,
let me do that first.
You could do that first.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
related to the monkey king. My favorite animal is monkey. That's why I need to do that first. And I found that for the process facilitation learning journey, one course called the image change. Image about what we interpret this world. Then one big chunk is learning about ourselves. So the quote unquote task is find out what animal speaks to us mostly. Then I found monkey is my thing. I really like monkey. I'm curious about a lot of things. I learn a lot of things. It's quite challenge for me to dive into one field. So I think, oh my gosh, I'm really the monkey.
It's really funny. In my previous episode that I haven't even published yet, I'm talking with an old friend from school, and he couldn't answer that question. He's like, I don't know what animal I am. I'm not good at this. Oh, this is hard. He's like, well, what are you? And so I said, I'm the monkey.
Like, oh, you are the monkey as well.
I'm the monkey too.
Oh, okay, two monkeys in here.
Yeah, because my Chinese zodiac is actually the monkey. I was born in that year of the monkey.
Okay.
And then also, I just think I'm also very playful and very curious, and I love monkeys. I love watching monkeys play.
Great.
So it's so funny.
Yeah, it's so funny.
We picked the same animal. Yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, let's go back to the Monkey King. Actually, it talks a lot to me. And also, actually, when I was studying in schools, I never found that Monkey King is boring. It's like we have this TV show, was very famous in 80s. Then we were forced to watch that TV show every summer holidays. So for me, it was like, no more monkey, please. Let's explore something else. Then recently, I found this how we have 4 very famous novels. The Monkey King is the one very close to leadership development. So I decided to pick that one.
Nice. And so there's 4 other characters, or part of the same story?
The key characters, the same story. That means they are finding something from the Western countries. Actually, it was India, not Western at all. But another name of this story Southern. Called the Journey to the West. Actually, it's East.
Southwest, kind of.
Southwest,
or just south.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And the monkey is the key character of that, talking about how he suddenly understands life. It's a very philosophy story. Then another 3 was one of his guru, Sifu. We call that is the master. So he is the one has a big vision, but she is bad at communication. He has a vision. Go with me. That's all. I have to finish this. The monkey is not nasty, always make messes like the normal monkeys do. And Piggy eats everything. He loves eating. So that means desire part. The people desire for whatever. The 4th one is quiet. He is a peacemaker. So he always tried to fix the conflicts among the team members. What can be, good for the team to move forward. So along this journey is talking about 81 challenges. Of course, it's not specifically talking about each of them. There are big ones. Actually, when I look into the stories, all the challenges about internal challenges or the conflict part, like who I am, how much I know of myself, then if I know that, how I can deal with that, all those kind of things. So I think, wow, it's really perfect for leadership topics, right? Makes sense?
Yeah, it does. It really makes sense. I was just thinking while you were explaining that, the things that we see when we're a child, and maybe they're a little bit too deep for us, or we don't quite understand the meaning behind them.
Yeah.
Like you said, you watch this every summer and it's like, oh, this is so dumb.
Too much.
This is so boring. Yeah, too much. And then later in life, it's kind of like, it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that happens to a lot of us. We learn something in school like algebra and we're like, oh, when am I going to need this? Right. But then when you're older and you really need it, it's a little bit easier to recall. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good story.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely. I see how those 4 character types would be nice to have sort of a quadrant for different types of people in the workplace.
Yeah.
Right. So, Linmin, what do you think are games? And why do we as people love games? While we're talking about things that are deep.
Oh, you changed your question, but I love it.
What are games and why do we love them? Yeah, let's just stick with the original.
For me, I think I love games, especially the board card game. I have a lot here, actually.
Yeah.
I love games have different categories, like the strategy one, conversation one. Even they have value chain. I lately found that people are undervalue people who play conversation games. It was very interesting. And my favorite games are about strategies. I learned a lot from that and applied all those learnings into my job, which was great. My biggest learning from that is talking about the strategy. Thinking was like in the organization or the teams, that's positions are very important. If you have a higher position, then you see more, you see the whole picture. If your position is lower, you don't have the access to the resources, etc. Then I found I'm wrong. Actually, who knows the information? Who is the quote unquote winner? Because he can use this information, leverage whatever he knows or she knows, of course. Then that's make the winner maybe in different positions. When I play a lot of strategy game, I don't mind getting any kind of position. But before I was like, give me the good guy, because I hate bad guys. But now I can be the bad guy. I don't mind anymore. It's not just it's just the tricks I'm using to get people really believe me. That's all. So talking about what's that's relative to my life, I think life is a huge game. For me, my biggest learning is if we talk about the social rules, it's game. It's just we are not so privileged to make the rules. But if we know about the rules, we can play our role better. That's my biggest learning.
I love how you said that. That was brilliant. Yeah. So definitely Linmin coming through there with your intelligence. That was beautiful. That was really nice. Yeah. And that really is what it's all about. These social roles that we play and just learning how to play the game. That's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
So you mentioned strategy games. Are there any game mechanics that you really like in your favorite strategy games? Or do you want to just leave that one on the table?
Dice.
You like dice?
I like dice.
You like rolling the die.
Rolling the dice every time it's give me different opportunity to try something, explore, right?
Yeah.
To try something different and what I can get.
Okay.
And other things, maybe the roles, whatever, like the bad guys, they superhero, they make it's nobody, something like that. So it's actually every roles can contribute to the winning part. So I like that. And also the rules inside of the game, what I can do, the boundaries, I mean, what I can do, what I cannot. But actually, if as a game player, I think we can break the rules. But sometimes it's like you need to be smart and pick the right ones to talk about that. So, work together against the host. So that is something I really want to play with the rules, the roles, the chances.
When you said rolling the die, and I'm speaking to someone who's from China, my mind went to Lao Tzu and the Tao Te Ching. Have you heard of the Tao Te Ching?
Yes.
I don't know if that's something you read over there, but I've read it a few times now. Is that popular in China or not really?
It's popular, but I haven't read it yet. But yes, Tao Te Ching is very popular here. And sometimes when we talk about the spirit of management from Tao Te Ching, sometimes actually it speaks to me about the leadership development, how we delegate our team members. Doing nothing is better than doing everything, some kind of thing.
Right. Sure. The act of doing nothing can be an action in itself. The reason I think I went to it is there's another element called the I Ching, I think. The I Ching where you shake the box and like a stick comes out.
Yeah, it's yin
Is that
and
close?
yang.
Oh, okay. Have you done that? Because that's sort of like rolling the die and then it tells you about yourself a little bit. Or maybe I'm saying this wrong.
I know what you mean. All these sticks they have different numbers.
Right.
Yes,
and it's sort of about your fortune. You kind of read your future, or you read something about.
No.
Yes and no. Tell me both.
Yeah, yes part is like when you do this kind of thing, ask for the chance, whatever comes out, you will try your best to understand it talks to me, something like that. Is the above wisdom, something like that. So that is the yes part. We will try our best to interpret that.
Okay.
But no part is I still believe each of us have this power to change anything that we want to.
Okay.
Even the fate, the quote unquote fate is like that. We still have our wisdom to change for ourselves. So that's sometimes, one story about my mom, about to get my 30s, when I was very close to my 30th birthday, my mom was asking someone about my marriage. Then in Chinese culture, that I should get married children earlier, so she can take care of my babies, something like that. So she was very concerned about my marriage thing. Then the guy told her, like, if your daughter cannot get married at 30s, she will be always single. Then my mom was so into that saying, and she got sick. But I really got married at 32, 2 years later than that. So for me, it was like, why you believe that? It made no sense. But it's very fun.
Well, that's interesting. And it's a good example of how you created your own rules, right?
Yeah.
And there was maybe the I Ching or the fate said this, and then you did your own thing. So I'm curious about it.
It's like a facilitation part is like if we have certain things there, we try to see different perspective. It's like the puzzles. We can put it together, see what you see here. Once you just hold one puzzle, you can only see that puzzle. So for me, when I learned facilitation, I try to get all the puzzles before I make decision. So that's how the wisdom comes from.
So see all the pieces first before you put them together and make a decision.
Yeah.
I like it. And I love what you said about the different perspectives, right? Because that's what it's all about. That's emotional intelligence right there for me, is being able to see things from different people's perspectives, right? If I can do that, if I can see where you're sitting, then it's so much easier for me to have empathy for you. But, right? If I can't see it from over where you're sitting, I can't. There's no EQ.
Yeah. And also, there's a cartoon picture talking about two doors over there. Then people just waiting on that outside of the door want to get into there. Then it makes no sense for me personally. Make no sense for the facilitators, because we will open both door. Then look into that. So what is good for me? Then I chose that. But for other people, it's like, I only have this chance. I have to win this.
I'm going to go through both doors.
Yeah, I will
check.
Here. Yeah, I will check at least. If I don't know what's behind the doors, it makes no sense. I only choose one.
This is my life, and I'm a grown-ass man, and I'm going to go through both doors, and then I'm going to pick the door I like, right?
So you're the master of this territory.
Well, I'm a monkey, but close enough.
Me too.
Master works. Yeah. Michelle, this has been so much fun, and I'm so sad that there were so many technical difficulties, but you were a champion, and you just hung out. I really appreciate your time, and this took twice as much time as it should have, but I feel like we really got somewhere in the end. So
and
this
we
was
got
a good
it
journey
deep
for me.
Yes, great. Yeah.
It was a great journey. So where can people reach out to you if they want to contact you or follow you?
please follow me on LinkedIn. That is where I occasionally share something there. I cannot make promise. I will do like every month or whatever. I'm a monkey. I do what I like.
Yeah, fair. I accept that.
Thank you for accepting.
This is a safe space. And on our break, I asked you, what you learned, and you said this was fun, and I take that to heart. This was good. We went off script. We acted like two monkeys would, and I think we had a great time.
Two monkeys, the Western monkey and the Eastern monkey.
Yeah. Well, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dave. I love this session. I know better you are, and feel like closer to your heart as a friend, not just a classmate. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. You have a great day, all right?
You too. You have a great day. I have a great night.
Good night. Sweet dreams. And I'll see you when you see me.
Okay. That's fair. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Game Layer. This is David Kolmer reminding you to stay present and never postpone joy. You can find transcripts of the show at gamelayer.fm. GAMELAYER.fm. Theme music by Caleb Willits. Thanks for listening. Now go, play.
I play chess.
I play Scrabble.
I play fauteuil. I play everything.
Hide and seek with my kids.
I play the piano.
I play board games.
I play guitar.
I smash it on the pitch.
I play chess.
I play Othello.
I play all the Marios.
I play Success Strategist.
I play Street Fighter.
Final Fantasy.
I play games of my own invention. Games of my own invention. Games of my own invention. Games of my own invention.
There are many ways to play. Going for a walk together, doing nothing together is also playing. Anything that can cultivate your feeling of joy, relaxation, where you feel more recharged after doing that thing, and I think you can consider as something that we play with. I'd like to move to the domain of play.
I play board games.